Welcome to Role Players, a podcast from stage to stream.
LeBron got Murray on him. Take him, LeBron. Take him all the way. Caruso. No. Oh, blocked. 2 seconds left, Laker ball. No timeouts. Oh, shit.
You know, I can't be mad at Caruso for taking that shot. He was wide the fuck open.
Yeah, man. He was wide open. That was good.
But, like, he probably could have drove. He was that wide open.
You got Rondo in the game for Caruso with 2 seconds left. I feel like this is – Denver has to get this, but I would love to see a LeBron buzzer beater again.
I can't believe that Murray just blocked that shot. I'm taking
Oh,
my
AD.
headphones off so you don't ruin it.
AD for three. Oh!
You still ruined it.
Oh! Oh, I wish we were recording. Oh! Oh! Anthony Davis. Wow. I'm glad we decided to add this, man.
Yeah, we're for those of you that don't remember, we're checking back in after the Lakers-Denver game wrapped up here.
Ooh.
Great finish.
Great, man.
Fucking great finish. I mean, both teams played to the very last second. I mean, with less than 3 seconds left, Murray gets a big block, makes the Lakers inbound it with no timeouts left, with like 2.6, 2.7 left on the clock. Play goes to Anthony Davis. Big three.
Big three. A little sidestep three over Jokic after Jokic punished him to take the lead, just backed him all the way down, disrespectfully backed him all the way down and jump hooked in his face. And
back him down like he was a 5-footer.
Yeah, man. It was like no damn problem. And Anthony Davis able to get his dignity back and nail that three. Man, wow, that was quite a game. And you know who feels really shitty right now? PJ Dozier.
How many free throws he missed?
South Carolina alumni, or I don't know if it's alumni, but you know he went there and missed 3 free throws there in the fourth that mattered. After I think got that playing time from playing really good defense. I mean, Denver's D was really great in the fourth quarter. Really shut LeBron down. LeBron was like did not look good in that fourth.
No.
I was hoping to see a LeBron buzzer beater because you know that's definitely history, but I still think we saw some history.
Oh yeah.
In the Black Mamba jerseys, definitely a huge fucking shot for Denver, man. I mean, I'm not counting them out till they're done, but when you're that close and you're not the team that's favored and you shut down LeBron basically in the fourth quarter and then you can't pull it out. I mean, that's just such a tough pill to swallow. I mean, they basically did everything right. You live with Anthony Davis, the somewhat fadeaway three at the buzzer. Like, you know, what really can you do with that?
No, I mean, they played great. They did what Denver does, and they come back in the fourth, and they get ahead, and it looks like they're going to win. And great athletes make great plays, and Anthony Davis made a great play. You know, they played it right. They had, you know, Jokic in his face. It wasn't like they gave up a free shot. I would have been more mad if Caruso would have made it because that was a free shot, you know?
Yeah, the play before, nice ball movement ends up with Caruso with the open look. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, I know this is not really the moment to go, wow, LeBron is great. But if you look at that play when Caruso misses, is LeBron fighting for that rebound, keeps it alive. Then Danny Green is blocked. Jamal Murray makes a great defensive play. But it's the little things like that. Here's what I saw from the Lakers, though, and I guess we'll go straight into the keys for the rest of the series right now. As much as we've been talking about Dwight Howard and Rajon Rondo and how great they were, and Rondo coming in on that last play just to make that pass, you can't have Dwight Howard and Rajon Rondo through that long in the fourth quarter because the Lakers went, I think it was about 4 minutes without scoring.
At least 3, yeah. And my key to the finals would be you can't let the Nuggets score for 4 minutes without you scoring.
Yeah, without you scoring. And like I said, as great as Dwight and Rondo have been playing, you're not spacing the floor. And ultimately, I think that's why LeBron had such a rough quarter there, because the paint was so clogged and he was kind of resigned to shooting jumpers. And it was, I mean, he was hitting his jumpers at the beginning, but we all know that's if you're a defense, you want LeBron shooting. That's pick your poison.
And I mean, if you keep giving them that kind of run near the end, you're not going to win 4 in a row. It's not going to happen. But if it does, it's an anomaly, because if you're going to let them score for 3.5, 4 minutes without you putting a single bucket in, you're just asking to get beat.
Yeah, and we saw that a lot in the series, and I think in both second quarters, the first 2 games, for Denver not being able to score and really they had a problem with turnovers. But if you're talking about closing the game, you got to put your players in the best position. But it's tough, man, because as we saw, when you took Dwight Howard out, you put AD at 5. He's guarding Jokic. And, yeah, AD is one of the best defenders in the league, but Jokic can body him. He can body him all the way down and do that. I mean, Jokic is a problem for everybody.
Well, and that plays into my my keys for the Nuggets going forward if they want to make this a series. And that's Jokic can't let Dwight frustrate him at all, because Dwight was frustrating Jokic pretty early on, had him looking a little shaken up, and then he comes out of halftime and Jokic starts to look a lot better.
Jokic figured him out, I think. Jokic figured out what to do against that, and psychologically and just in the game, and he figured out how to score on Dwight.
And your role players and your bench players got to hit those free throws. They got to.
Yeah, that's a really tough one. I mean, Michael Porter Jr. was not in a lot of that fourth quarter because, and this happened a lot during the regular season, that was a lot of what was talked about with Denver. Why isn't Porter Jr. playing more? He's this young talent. They need to give him more run, give him more experience. But Coach Malone didn't play him because he wasn't ready on defense. And that's why he can't get these minutes now. And, you know, Porter is probably going to get a bucket for you. But he was also more likely to screw up a defensive play. That's why PJ Dozier is in, and then you miss those free throws.
You think Porter's going to have something to say about this one in the press?
I think he learned his lesson the first time, man.
I think Damian Lillard shut him up.
Yeah, and as Denver took the lead, Porter Jr. looked pretty happy on that bench. I don't think he wanted to come back in just on defense either. So
no.
Man, who you got in Game 3? And Game 3 is on Tuesday. Before we have Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals, we have another game here from the Western Conference Finals. Do you know it's a must-win for Denver, right?
Well, I mean, going down 3-1, you thought that one of those games was a must-win for Denver. You never know with Denver. Denver is Denver. But you go down 3-0, that's a little bit different than 3-1. And, like, 3-1 is hard, but 3-0, come on now.
Yeah. That would actually, though, be the best for Kawhi if the Lakers were to blow a 3-0 lead. I think we'd all forget about the Clippers.
I want Denver just because I want the series to keep going, because the games are really good. Even the game where the Lakers took off, Denver found a way to get close. Not close, but they got a way to get a little bit closer near the end.
Yeah, and that second game, it was really just a big run in the second quarter. And that was the difference. And everything else to that point was kind of even. Denver had way too many turnovers. And, you know, they're coming off of a 7-game series, and they laid an egg in Game 1 against the Clippers. So they came back and played pretty well other than that second quarter in Game 1. But that's enough to lose the game. And in this game, they didn't go down by as much, as the Lakers started off pretty hot. But I think Denver started to figure out some things offensively, and they're not turning the ball over as much. But when you're not the favorite, you can't afford to lose these close games.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm gonna take Denver in Game 3 though, just because of the little bit of an extended break.
Yeah,
get their head straight.
Well, no, they don't have an extended break. It's the
no, you're right. Sorry. But they do have a break. They have that night off.
Yeah.
Get your head straight, come back, get it right.
If the Lakers go up 3-0, it wouldn't seem right. It's been a closer series than that to this point.
Yeah, for sure. I do think the Lakers are gonna come out of this series on top, just because they took this game.
Right.
If Denver takes this game, I don't know who wins, but I think this was Denver's game. They came back in the fourth. They were up. They had to win it. Anthony Davis ruined it for him.
And it really would have put some pressure on the Lakers. And instead, you gave them this huge momentum boost. I don't think it's going to be – I don't think the Lakers are going to be like, oh, we got this now, because they really got close to losing. But now it's just Anthony Davis, like, he's already playing with extreme confidence. Now he's even more to hit that buzzer beater in the Black Mamba jersey, like I said, man. Okay, before we go, man, I want to predict what the news cycle is going to be tomorrow. I told you this when it happened, when it was happening. I thought this would happen maybe after the Lakers potentially win the title, that the big debate will be who's better, Anthony Davis or LeBron James, because we're always trying to debate something about LeBron. We're always trying to do it. But I think that's going to happen tomorrow.
I think it's going to depend on what station you turn it on and who's talking. But I can tell you who's going to say Anthony Davis is better. Skip Bayless.
Skip
is immediately going to say Anthony Davis is the lifeblood of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Skip. Yeah, man, I totally agree. He's definitely going to say that, and I wouldn't be surprised if a few ESPN people say it too, because honestly, from what we've seen this series, Anthony Davis has been a better player. I think that's a lot of the matchup, and like we said earlier, it really doesn't fucking matter. And I think Anthony Davis took this next step in his evolution, partially because the leadership and empowerment that we were talking about before that LeBron James provides, right?
Right. Well, and great players make great players better, and great players make decent players better. I mean, we saw that.
Unless you're Kobe with Dwight.
Oof. We saw that with Chris Paul and Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder added more to his game because Chris Paul was there. You know, these players do get better. If you're a good player and you're a player that is willing to develop with other great players, then you're going to get better. And I think Anthony Davis is one of those. I think Dennis Schroeder was one of those. And I think that Chris Paul's a great leader. I think that LeBron James is a great leader. And they both have a lot to teach the other people around them.
If this is a Michael Jordan, a Kobe Bryant team, people that have been known to have what they call the killer mentality, right? What LeBron was criticized for so harshly in the 2011 finals. He doesn't have a killer mentality. He's always been criticized for making a final pass in the last second when he hasn't taken the game-winning shot. But if this is a Kobe or Michael Jordan team, they're taking that shot. They're not letting Anthony Davis take that shot. Right? But here's the thing. I thought about this week. Michael Jordan was, before he won, when he was going against the bad boys, he was thought of as a ball hog. He was thought of as someone who tried to do it all by himself. And he went back and he got stronger. And also, they hired Phil Jackson. And Phil Jackson had to talk to him and said, look, for you to be the best you could be, we got to get other people involved, right? And that evolved in him. LeBron always had to let me get other people involved gene, right? And then after that finals, then he started to develop the killer mentality. It's just in a different order.
Well, and my thing is, like, everyone harps on this killer mentality, but, like, one of Kobe's biggest downfalls was his unwillingness to pass the ball. You know, and we harp on that about Kobe. So, like, I don't understand why it's such a negative thing being a team player that's willing to pass up the last shot if you think someone's going to get a better look than you. Because when you're the best player on the court, they're going to stop you, or they're going to try to stop you on that last look. They're going to guard you harder than the other players. So why not give it to somebody that's going to have a better shot that can still pull it off? That's team basketball, and LeBron's a team player, and that's why I appreciate LeBron James.
And that the shot before the Anthony Davis buzzer beater that LeBron drove, kicked it to, I think, KCP, who then had one more rotation, passed it to Caruso for a wide open look. If that doesn't go in, Denver gets the ball and the Lakers just lose, LeBron's going to get criticized for not shooting a floater in traffic.
You passed it to Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso makes $2 million a year. Already, like, that's the narrative you get, when the reality of it is you pass to the open look with a guy that has a skill set that can shoot it. You know, like I'm
We're all
not
fucking.
mad about
They're
that.
all professional athletes, man. They can all hit these shots. Hey, have you
Rajon
ever?
Rondo hit a 3 tonight.
Yeah,
Rondo's
man.
not a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, he's a baller though. He's a baller. Got that final assist. Hey, Long. Before we go, have you ever watched the clips of Michael Jordan's buzzer beaters that have missed?
Nah.
Yeah, nobody has. Go watch that. Motherfuckers missed too. All right.
It happens. You get one big buzzer beater you hit and you celebrate, and that's all they're ever going to remember.
That's it, man. Wow, man. But thanks for watching that game with me. We were on a bit of delay, and I may have ruined the ending for Long there. So sorry about that, my dude.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
All right, man. That's been a fun episode. We'll see you next time on Role Players as we stay updated with the NBA playoffs, and we'll give you some more NFL advice, previews, and analysis.
And keep you updated on how Dalvin and the Chipmunks are doing.
Yep, because that's the only team that matters, because my Carolina Panthers are trash.
Dalvin!
Subscribe to this podcast and other podcasts now from Stage to Stream.